Have fun, be kind, and spread kindness throughout the school.
I would say most of the students that come visit me have something to do with peer relationships. At this age, a lot of the students are learning how to make friends, they're learning how to keep friends, but most importantly, they're learning kind of those tools they need when they have struggles with their friends. And a lot of the times what I'll tell the students is that as they get older, friendships almost become the most important part of school for a lot of the students that go there. And that building that foundation and learning those tools and learning how to interact with each other is very important, and it's an important lesson they learn here. My name is Matthew Hoffman. I'm the school counselor at Samuel Bissell Elementary School, which is the second and third grade building here in the Twin Rivers City School District. Well, I think the role of school counselor, most importantly, is to be an advocate for all the students at their building. I know that, especially at an elementary building, there's much more to it. It's important for me to help the teachers and to be there for them. But as a school counselor, it's important that you understand your most primary role is that all 360 kids that you're in charge of, or how many ever that may be, that you're here for them, you're here to help them.
What's up, Julian? How are you?
And the best way to reach every student is to make sure that you can get in the classrooms as often as you can and teach guidance lessons. So typically I'll be in a classroom at some point throughout the day teaching something along good character and kindness and respect and responsibility. And then I'll have students throughout the day that pop in here. I feel very happy to know that all of the students that I see feel comfortable enough with me that they feel comfortable to just pop in anytime and can talk about something little, talk about something big, and we try and kind of get them back on track and back throughout their day. When you think of working with young kids like this, that how big could the problems be? I would say generally they probably are a little smaller than what a high schooler or middle schooler is going through, but it doesn't make it any less powerful for them at the moment. And I think it's important to remember that when they come in here, they're coming in here because it's bothering them. And it really doesn't matter how old you are. If something's bothering you enough that you feel like you need to talk to someone, that's pretty important and pretty powerful for them. Well, about the counselors, I would say it's important to kind of get to know your school counselor because a school counselor can have a really big impact on their child over just a really small thing. But a school counselor wouldn't know that unless you kind of reached out to them. So I think a lot of times parents maybe feel a stigma. If I call the school counselor, are they going to think this is silly, that we didn't need to talk about this? But just kind of sharing with me their concerns and what they're going through and what's bothering them, especially first-time parents at this age, can kind of give me an idea of something they're going through. I can give them advice. And then we certainly talk to the student because now they're on my radar and I know that they need to see me. So my first piece of advice to parents is if something's bothering you or you're worried about anything about the school day, the school counselor is a great resource because they can kind of talk you through the next steps or what next things should be done. In every talk I have that parents are at, any interactions I have with parents, I think it's important for them to understand that talking to a counselor is something that we should be teaching kids at a young age. Is not only important, but it's just okay. And I think for older generations, mine included, sometimes you felt like if you talked to the counselor, there was something wrong. And I would say that most of the kids that come in here and talk to me, there's nothing really wrong. They just need someone to bounce something off. That 5, 10, 15 minutes kind of gets them on their way, and they never need you again. But parents should totally understand that reaching out to the counselor for their child is not only acceptable, it's something that we really look for. There's a lot of students at this school, and as much as I try and look in all their faces when they come in or when they're at lunch or when we're walking in the hallways, it's easy to miss someone who might be having a bad day or going through something. So if a parent can give me a heads up, a lot of times we can head that off, especially in the morning before things get going throughout the day. I think that I've always been very good around kids, but I also am a good listener, and I feel passionate about the fact that every student here, when I see them, smiles when they see me. They know that I'm on their side. They know that if they come into this room that we're going to have a private conversation that really works hard at making them feel good again. And when a student comes into your office and they're not feeling so great about something and they leave with a smile on your face, it's kind of hard not to enjoy your job and your day.